Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to share with you this Bumble Bee Inspired Nail Art. It is super simple to do, so if you're curious to see how I made this, please keep on watching. So first up, you want to start off with clean nails and apply a base coat. Then it is time to go in with a white polish first to make that yellow color really pop. Especially yellow colors tend to have a little bit more of a tough time getting completely opaque. So that's why I'm using a white first, and I'm applying that to the pointer finger and the pinky as well. And don't forget to cap off the edges. Then with a black nail polish, this is one I love to use all the time. It is completely opaque in just one coat. It is by Catrice, and I'm adding that to the ring finger and the thumb as well. And if you make little mistakes, just get it off with your own fingernail or just get a little brush with some acetone or some nail polish remover. And the same thing goes if you get a little bit of flooding of nail polish in the cuticle area. You can clean that up later. Then it is time for a true gold nail polish, and this one is by Essence, and I applied 2 coats of that color to the male fingernail. Then I am using a yellow polish by Catrice, and I'm going to run that over the 2 white nails we did before. Make sure that the white is completely dry, otherwise you will have a really long time waiting for your nail polish to dry and harden, and that's not something you want. So make sure that the white polish is completely dry before you go on top with the yellow polish. And I added 2 thin layers of that yellow. So once you got all your base colors on, we are going to leave the pinky nail and the thumbnail completely bare. We're just going to apply a top coat later on to those. Then I'm just taking my little palette or like a little lid or something you want to use and just blob some stamping polish on that. And I'm going in with black and a striping brush. And we're going to make some black lines on that pointer fingernail. And it's okay if you get a little messy and all that jazz. You can just clean that up later on with a little bit of nail polish remover or just some acetone. But for now, let's just focus on the lines. And actually, I had to stop here, but I didn't because I wanted to make my lines a little bit thicker. I wish I hadn't though, because my first set of 4 lines were actually kind of perfect. But since I wanted to make them a little bit thicker, I went a little bit more carelessly with that nail polish and a little bit more sloppy. So I had to clean up a lot more later on. But once you did all those black stripes, and you do have to fix some little mistakes, you can just take a little bit of the yellow polish, and I'm applying that in between the black stripes again to tidy it up all a little bit more. And I'm using a dotting tool for that. I didn't want to use that same brush I used for the black because the black is so pigmented, and I would just contaminate my yellow color with that. And just take your time adjusting the lines and just making them the way you want to. They don't have to be that perfect, but it is fun to leave a little texture in there. And then with some nail polish remover, I'm just cleaning up the mess I made on my skin, as well as adjusting the cuticle area because I wanted to make that cuticle area just a little bit more neat and a little bit more tight. Then I am going in with some clear top coat first, and I'm going to apply some gold hexagon shaped glitters. They are a little bit more big, so they're not your random like really fine glitters. They are really chunky. And I actually forgot to film that I applied the layer of top coat first, but the top coat makes sure that your glitters adhere better. And I'm just going to line them up just like their like honey rates. I don't know how you call that in English. But it gives a really cool like bee vibe effect. And just take your time with this. It doesn't have to be perfect because some glitters are a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller than the other ones. So just take your time with this, and you might want to apply some half glitters to the edges, because sometimes it just doesn't work out with the bigger glitter and you just have to make them a little bit shorter or just cut them in half. And you might want to add a little bit more top coat as you go. If you need a little bit more time, just work in little strokes of top coat and then apply the glitter to that. And I really do like the effect that this like hexagon shaped glitter gives. It really ties in the entire design of my Bumblebee inspired nail art. And here is a glitter. I actually had to cut down a little bit because it was a little bit too long for my nail. So just make sure you take your tiniest scissors ever and you just cut them the way you want it to go without cutting into the nail, of course. And I'm applying a good amount of top coat to cap that glitter in. Then it is time to take out your black rhinestones because we're going to add some to that middle fingernail. So I'm just throwing out a couple I might use. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do yet. All I knew is that I wanted to adhere some to my nail at the cuticle area because that's just one of my favorite like places to add rhinestones to, because they stay on for a very long time and it always looks really nice. And here you see me struggling picking up that those rhinestones, so I actually switched from a dotting tool to tweezers to a wax pencil, and the wax pencil always saves my life. It works really well. They are super affordable as well. I just got mine in a set of 5 for about €1 on AliExpress. And yeah, just go with the flow and apply these rhinestones the way you want them to be. You might want to add some others or maybe some other colors even. If you have like bright yellow rhinestones, I think that would look really cool as well. Then I'm going to top coat the thumb with a good layer and the other nails as well, because this is already the entire design. And the only thing I do want to mention is that you want to make sure that you cap all of the edges off to make sure your manicure lasts for a very long time. It doesn't really matter what top coat you use. Like for me personally, I really like the ones by Catrice Cosmetics because they really stick to the nail and make sure I don't have any like tip wear or something like that. I never have or rarely have chip nail polishes because I use that top coat. The only downfall to that top coat is that it really drags stamping polishes, as you can see here. Actually, my Bumblebee nail kind of got messed up because of that, but in the end I tried to fix that with a little bit more of the yellow polish. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below if you actually want to recreate this nail art design. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.